G'day guys, Unforsaken Bricks here, back with another video for you. I did mention this in the previous video, so for those of you who saw that you would already know. For those who didn't, and you have seen the previous video on this particular build, then you know what it is. For those who don't, you're new to the channel and don't, this is the medical center mock I did 6 months ago. Actually not even that, maybe 3 months ago. But I put it on the channel only like probably 3-4 weeks ago when I first started out uploading videos. But as you can see, it's a lot different to the previous one. I think this one's probably the one that's going to stay. If anything, it might change a little bit with a few tweaks with the colours I've got on some of the things, as you can probably already tell there. The colours aren't actually right, they're all 3 different colours there, but that'll actually get fixed up soon, so that's nothing too major. And you can already see there's a couple of pieces missing, but I've got them somewhere, so that's not an issue for me either. But anyway, so the medical center mock has changed. It's no longer the odd L shape at the front with only the two sides of the sloped roof pieces, and had the big panel that was sloping. I was trying to figure out the best way to do that. I ended up just giving up on that because it just wasn't working how I wanted it to work. Functionally wise, it was annoying me. I could get it mostly right, it's just there'd be this gap that was just unwarranted and I didn't need it and didn't want it, but I couldn't fill it. It was only a small gap, but it was visible and it was annoying me, and I don't like seeing stuff like that. So we've done a complete hole. It looks more like a shoebox a little bit. It actually sort of reminds me, with the roof, it reminds me of the Lego Simpsons Quickie-Mart, which I do want to get a hands on one of those. That'd be a pretty cool set to build on the channel for you. I actually want to build that on the camera if I can get one cheap enough, but they're like $300 and I don't want to pay that much for a set. That being said, I spent whatever much it was for the firehouse. But anyway guys, so we'll take a look at the exterior first, and then I'll show you the roof while I've got it on, and then I'll do a bit more detail on the inside, and you'll notice what's changed there as well. So first change, and it's the biggest one, other than the fact that the building and the roof has changed, there is no driveway. Reason for this being is, at the time I built this, the first time, I had plenty of pieces, especially tiles, but I've used a lot of those tiles elsewhere. My fire station mock is a good example, and also trying to fix up a sidewalk in the city, which I still need to get more pieces for, because I'm well short on tiles, which is actually annoying me a little bit. And I've just noticed my city is bowing somehow. Sorry, anyway, distracted. So yeah, so that's why the driveway is gone. I'm not planning on bringing it back. I'm sort of seeing it as a little bit pointless. I don't have the need for it really, because it's just a little medical centre. Most people, if they're going to especially like a house type medical centre, they just park out on the street. And there's no one lives here, so there's no need for a driveway. There's no reason to park a car there. That's the first obvious notice. And then we've got a little bit of a garden bed there, which you probably would have seen I started to just plant some flowers randomly. This time I've actually put in some garden beds just to clean it up a bit. I've actually raised them a little bit, so that way they're not just on the floor, they're just a little bit higher, nice. So when the minifigs are walking past, it's a little bit higher for them. It's not all the way down. It makes a little bit more sense. I've got a little bin at the front here. It's got some rubbish in there. It's got a used needle and an apple in there as well. I've just gone for this. It's a weird design for the footpath here, but with what I'm working with what I had left, that's what worked. Obviously I've got a little door handle this time on the doors. Didn't think I had that last time. It's obviously dark in there because you can't see past the roof. There's only two sides that have windows, which is the two side walls. Obviously they're all weird different designs, which I don't have many of that light tan framing. I have a lot of glass window panels but no framing, and I didn't want to just chuck a random colours of framing in because it's pointless, especially if I had to pull it back out again. So that's that. We've got the roof. So I think in the last video of this building I mentioned I was going to be planning on doing a antenna and solar panels, which I've done in this one because I've now decided that the fact that I've changed that roof altogether, it wasn't worth keeping. With this one it's a lot more simpler, so it made it a lot easier to do the antenna and the solar panels. And obviously I have actually plated up the top of the roof. When I pop the roof off, I'll show you the underside so you can see it actually doesn't look like that underneath as well. But so we've just done a nice simple design on the antenna there. I'm quite happy with it. I'll probably have to dig up for the right colours just to keep them all to match, but I'm not too concerned about that. It's something I can do quickly when I've got nothing to do. And then we've also got the solar panels. Again, the white's not meant to be there, but I need to find the other 1x6 dark blue grey to finish that one. So again, that's nothing really too major. I'm not concerned too much about that. I've just gone with simple like 2x6 plates with a 1x2 hinge bracket on a 1x1 clip. As you can see down the bottom there, just clips in like that and just sits on the back. So obviously they sit on an angle to get as much sun as possible, especially when the sun's at its highest point in the north. So anyway, that's the exterior. So obviously it's changed a lot, and we'll just pop the lid off, I'll pop the roof off, and we'll have a look at the interior here. So obviously first thing you notice is the waiting room has enlarged, it has changed, and the desk has moved. So I think if you remember in the previous one I had the desk up here right next to the door, which was a bit cramped for room, and I just realised I covered the whole thing with my fingers so you wouldn't have seen any of that. I've managed to add in an extra couple of row of chairs there, along with the custom built one I've done. I think I might have to make it a little bit longer just to get an extra person on there, but that'll do for now. It's just to show off what the purpose of this room is. I am thinking of adding another 2 seats in there. There's still plenty of room to walk past, so just another 2 seats in there just to make it look a little bit less empty in that corner. The desk hasn't changed other than taking out a plate to make it lower to level off with the top of the wall. But other than that, that's it. That's all that's changed in here. We've only got the one consultant room, so we've got one doctor on at the moment. He's waiting for his next patient, which is still sitting outside in the waiting room, so I think he's just finishing up a report and ready to call him in. The tiling obviously is a bit different just due to the lack of tiling I've got. I really have no tiling. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's all in the city. But I want to change the colour, but I don't have any other colours, so light grey and white's the only two I've got, or had any of. And if you recall, the 2 waiting rooms were like a 5x6 or a 5x7 room. This is now a 12x8, so it's actually a lot bigger. Actually it's 12x7, sorry, I just realised how big it was. 12x7 spacing, so it's actually a lot bigger. There's a lot more room, it's a lot easier to get stuff in and out. The flooring was so much easier to tile once I had the walls up. I mean, I was trying to tile the thing, but I had to work out where stuff went, so I didn't tile till I had everything in, which even still, it helped being able to tile with stuff in the way regardless, which was fantastic. Much better than the last one. And of course, the final room, we have a bathroom, or maybe a washroom, a toilet, whatever you want to call it. And if you recall, that was only that big before. So basically the dimension of my finger to my thumb. So I probably can't do that weird thing where you can only bend one knuckle, but it was only about that by about that. So it wasn't very big at all. It's pretty much almost doubled in size, which again this design made it a lot easier to do that. The previous design didn't give me much space to do so. This one, cutting out one room, actually gave me a bit of room to play, which is helpful as hell. So anyway guys, that's the build or the mock of the, or rebuild of the mock medical centre. I need to find somewhere to put that back in the city because I have changed things slightly, which you won't see for another week, I believe, or so. Probably not quite a week. But yeah, that's the build. Hope you guys like it. If you don't, feel free to let me know. If there's anything I can change, let me know. I am quite happy with it, so don't be surprised if anything you feel needs to be changed doesn't get changed. I mean, I'm going to read every comment. If there's anything you feel like you need to change, I'm still going to read it, but just bear in mind it may not happen because I am happy with the way it is, which I think is the point of this whole thing. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, I might have enough, so if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Anything helps the channel, helps it grow, helps me grow as a creator. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Unforsaken out.